This is your news source evening bulletin for today, Thursday, the 15th day of July in the year 2021. I'm Gordon Mosley. Here's what we're tracking tonight. Some members of the Central Executive Committee of the People's National Congress Reform are accusing the party leader David Granger and General Secretary Amna Ali of disregarding the decision of the party's Central Executive in relation to a number of issues. The complaining members said the leader is instead making unilateral decisions. The party's executive is particularly upset by a decision by the leader of the party, David Granger, to commit the PNC reform to continued involvement with the APNU, although they have asked for such to be put on hold. Some of the executive members are also irate over Mr. Granger's decision to accept two new parties, Jaipal Sharma's Equal Rights and Justice Party and Tabitha Sarbo-Hali's Guyana National Builders Movement, into the APNU, although the Central Executive had objected, stating that the parties were never launched nationally. The PNC Reform executive members also described the two new parties as shell parties and said they are unaware of what benefits the parties will bring to the PNC and the wider APNU, and they described Mr. Granger's public endorsement of the parties as a disregard of the PNC's executive's decision. The members said their leader by his actions is in breach of the party's constitution. Although no word has been forthcoming on the party's Congress, the Central Executive members said a Congress convening subcommittee has been established and work has begun in earnest to hold the party's Congress. They noted that members of the PNC Reform should come together, hold the Congress, elect new leadership, and continue with the development of the party in the hopes of regaining power at the next elections. More news coming up in just a moment.
What's our purpose? Together we rise. For our community, our customer, and our country. Our promises: strengthen our community, reliably connect our customers, innovate for all in our country. Together we rise.
It's one of your biggest goals, getting your own home, where memories are made, where happiness lives. You may feel that home ownership or renovation is beyond your reach, but we at Republic want you to know that there's always a way. Ask us about our suite of mortgages. Let's help make your housing wishes come true. Or advise on how the equity in your existing home can finance other dreams and goals. Call or go online to learn more.
Preparing for your NGSA exams is always a challenge. The Guyana Learning Channel is here to help. You can go to YouTube using your browser or your mobile device, then search for the Guyana Learning Channel in the search bar. We're live streaming our NGSA booster videos all day and all night. If you want to study a specific subject or topic, you can go to our NGSA booster playlist. You can look at a specific subject, such as mathematics, and then look for a specific topic. Here, you can follow along with the lesson to prepare for your examination. Remember kids, study hard, and best of luck in your exams.
Sonia, you think people easy? People just really want to do their own thing. Look across the road how we building the house low. The building code say you're supposed to be 2 feet off the ground.
And when the place flood, them just be the first to complain.
But you know sometimes we that just contribute to the flooding with we behavior.
You know, boy, we just throw things in the drains and canals. We don't keep the gutters clean and dispose of garbage properly. By the way, you got an emergency kit?
Yeah, Sonia, I got me own and it got drinking water, army medicines, and for say things like band-aids, iodine, bandages.
And me own got in toothpaste, a change of underwear and clothing, toilet paper and soap.
Guyana, our country, our responsibility.
Mobil 1 is more than oil. It's many oils. It transforms at the molecular level. When cold, it's thicker than honey. When hot, it's thinner than water. Mobil 1 adapts and readapts to last longer. 16,000 kilometers between oil changes. That's your engine evolved.
Sol Guyana is the authorized distributor of mobile lubricants.
We are legions of men standing strong, but never too proud to stoop and help someone. We must send a clear signal to all. Do right. Walk in upright ways, knowing that's what being a man is all about. And ever aware that things will only get worse when good men do nothing. Stand strong. Be the one to live right.
Let GBTI make your dreams of owning a home a reality. Buy or build your home with us. Let us help you to completely outfit your home and make it move-in ready. Need to purchase land? We finance that too. Benefit from our 10% down payment and interest rates as low as 4.25%. Calculated on the reducing balance with up to 30 years to repay. Switch your mortgage to us and learn about benefiting from the equity in your home. Invest wisely. Apply online or call your branch to schedule an appointment. GBTI, we see Guyana through your eyes.
Let's tell you now that 45-year-old Royal Lamazon of Durban Backlands, Georgetown, was this morning remanded to jail for the murder of Customs Officer Dwayne Tate. Tate was stabbed to death on the 12th of July outside his Camberville apartment during a confrontation with Lamazon. The accused was not required to enter a plea to the indictable murder charge as he appeared before the chief magistrate. He has been remanded to jail until the 12th of August when the case will continue. The 24-year-old murdered customs officer was a tenant of Lamazon's mother. Earlier on the same day that he was killed, he was visited by the landlord in the company of her son. The woman informed the young man that he had 2 days to pack up and move out of her apartment. Later that night, the landlord's son, Roy Lamazon, returned to the apartment and demanded that the man and his family pack up and move out. The two got into a row, and it is alleged that during the confrontation, Lamazon stabbed the youth to his chest. He was rushed to the Georgetown Hospital where he was pronounced dead. The accused was arrested the same day after returning to his own home. Divisional Police Commander for Region 4 Assistant Commissioner Simon McBean is hoping that closer work and ties with communities across the region will result in a better relationship between law enforcement and the police and less crime. During an appearance on the weekly Police and You radio program, the Assistant Commissioner said developing closer ties with the communities under his command is one of his goals.
We're working on the two parties, or the police and the public, getting to know each other. That is the major issue, or if we can bridge that barrier, that will deal with the major issue of distrust. Because as it is now, the public do not know extensively about the workings of the police, and the police, there's that gap between the police and the public. So our strategy is to get out there, speak with members of the public, and what we're trying to do is to get in those specific neighborhoods and form communities with them in the sense of how do we tackle issues within your neighborhood. Give them some of that responsibility together with us. That's part our partnership issue. And also we take it one step further by sitting with them and after analyzing that problem, come up with solutions to those problems. So problem solving and partnership, that is what's going to take us where we want to go.
Mr. McBean noted that crime remains a major issue in the Region 4 area. While serious crimes overall have seen a decline, cases of murder are on the rise. The majority of murders committed within the Region 4 area fall under the category of being the result of disorderly conduct. Assistant Commissioner McBean said the force now has to examine ways in which it could play a role in preventative measures.
Disorderly murders are those that it's probably a fight between two persons, etc. Now, how do we deal with an issue in that manner? For me, it's deeper than policing. It's a societal challenge. How do we train people to deal with their anger? How do we train people to walk away from issues? Because yes, police are just dealing with the end result of it, but we have to go preventative. All right, it may need some form of social intervention to prevent those types of offenses.
Region 4 is the largest police district in the country, and with it being home to the capital, the Assistant Commissioner said there will be additional efforts to address specific concerns of citizens.
With police presence, that by itself will give you that results that you're looking for, and that is a minimize or decrease in crime within that particular area. So yes, we'll from time to time we'll find those decreases as long you put that necessary resource in that area. We would have also our policing plan is to sectorize Georgetown. We sectorize it in 17 sectors, and based on our analysis, those sectors will be it's a work in progress, will be manned by the required vehicle, motorcycle, bicycle, and foot patrol as required.
According to MagBean, efforts to strengthen the force's response to crime and to build its relationship with communities remain a work in progress. There are currently 29 police ranks before the courts facing various charges, from rape to robbery and even manslaughter. Acting Police Commissioner Nigel Hoppy made that revelation today as the police force awarded those officers who have performed outstanding duties in the past year. The annual police awards ceremony was held this morning, and the media was not invited. It was the first time in more than 20 years that the police kept the media away from its annual awards ceremony. No reason was given for that decision, but in a recorded address provided to the media from the ceremony, the acting top cop said the force cannot bury its head in the sand and pretend that there are not officers who have run afoul of the law.
We are not going to be naive and bury our heads in the sand. We have members of the law enforcement community who are faced with allegations ranging from rape, robbery, manslaughter, assault, corruption, and neglect of duty, but who are dealt with condignly, having already been placed before the courts or on disciplinary charges accordingly. Presently, there are 29 rounds before the courts on various charges.
Mr. Hoppy said the force must remain professional, ending his speech with a biblical quote about the peacemakers being blessed. The acting top cop has been dodging the media on several issues related to the police force and a number of high-profile recent incidents. Topping that list is Hoppy's refusal to move ahead with the police promotions as submitted by the Police Service Commission. The chairman of the Police Service Commission intends to move to the court to force the commissioner to activate the promotions. The same Police Service Commission was suspended by President Irfan Ali, who was later informed by the attorney that his suspension of the commission was unlawful and would therefore be disregarded. An attempt by a senior superintendent of the force to block the police promotions because he was not included on the list failed in the High Court, thereby clearing the way for the promotions to be effected. Opposition Member of Parliament Annette Ferguson is to face the local courts on a charge of using a computer system to humiliate someone. The legal advisor of the Guyana Police Force has recommended the charge, which falls under the Cybercrime Act. The charge stemmed from a complaint by a senior officer in the Guyana Defence Force who claimed that Ferguson caused him embarrassment and humiliation by allegedly sharing a post from a blog to her Facebook page which accused him of being part of a killing squad. Ferguson was questioned by the police and denied the allegations. It is unclear whether the police investigation also included going after the alleged owner or writer of the offending blog that was allegedly shared. With the advice received, the Guyana Police police force has indicated that Ferguson will have to make her appearance sooner. The opposition has accused the government of using the Cybercrime Act to silence its critics. The act was passed with full support of the APNU-AFC when it was in government. The Guyana Agricultural and General Workers Union today expressed concern about the way workers are being treated at the Guyana Manganese Company. In a statement, the union said that through its outreach activities, it was contacted by workers employed by the Guyana Manganese Incorporated. The union said the workers reached out to GAWU to express their dismay over what they described as their abominable conditions of work. The union said it has learned from the workers that it appeared as though the company was actively sidelining them in favor of foreigners. They assured that many tasks being undertaken by foreigners could be done by locals, but inexplicably they are denied such opportunities. The workers have also expressed worry about the housing conditions and provision of meals for those who reside outside of the community. They pointed out that the foreigners enjoyed adequate housing and appropriate meals, while the local workers were not being given the same. GAWU said it is disturbed by the treatment of the workers and intends to raise the issue.
It's one of your biggest goals, getting your own home, where memories are made, where happiness lives. You may feel that home ownership or renovation is beyond your reach, but we at Republic want you to know that there's always a way. Ask us about our suite of mortgages. Let's help make your housing wishes come true. Or advise on how the equity in your existing home can finance other dreams and goals. Call or go online to learn more.
At Sash Financial, we create strategies for strengthening business and personal finances while helping our clients to build sustainable wealth. Our financial and business consultancy services are uniquely tailored to ensure every client receives quality packages and optimal results. Our financial services include financial reporting and analysis, financial status assessment, internal audits, bookkeeping and records management, financial planning advice, tax returns. Our business advisory services are related to business plans, business startups, operational improvement, business management, document preparation, procedures development, efficient marketing. Call or WhatsApp us today for your free consultation on telephone number 592-665-6045. Sash Financial, strengthening businesses, building wealth.
What's our purpose? Together we rise. For our community, our customer, and our country. Our promises: strengthen our community, reliably connect our customers, innovate for all in our country. Together, we rise.
Fuel it up and drive, super 95. Tune up. Fuel it up and drive, super 95. Tune up. Protect your fuel system, boy. High mileage and performance, boy.
Guy Super 95 gasoline gives you more reasons to drive and is available at 56 service stations nationwide. For affordable price, high performance, and high mileage, choose Guy Super 95 gasoline.
Fuel it up and drive.
Hi, I'm Nias Suban, and I took my vaccine, my COVID-19 vaccine, and I want to encourage everyone who are looking at me right now or listening to me on radio to be able to take your vaccine as well. It is very important that we do that, simply because this is something that is spread by humans to humans, and if it is our action that can only help to stop the spread of this pandemic. So I want to encourage all of you. I spent 50 days in the COVID IC unit, and I documented my story. Many people know what I went through. I saw what others went through, and because I saw and because I know, I want to encourage all of you to take your vaccine. Our collective action can help to stop the spread of COVID-19.
Across the region tonight, with just days to go before Trinidad reopens its borders on the 17th of July, the government has announced a mandatory travel document to enter Trinidad and Tobago. Minister in the Office of the Prime Minister, Stuart Young, announced the introduction of the TT Travel Pass. He said persons would have to get a certificate before they can enter Trinidad and Tobago. Speaking at the launching, the minister said persons will have to go to the website ttravelpass.gov.tt for the certificate. Young said the document is to ensure that travelers provide proof that they are vaccinated, and for non-nationals who are not yet inoculated or partially vaccinated, an opportunity to declare that they have paid for their quarantine stay at a state-approved facility. The process for application can only take place within 3 days or 72 hours before the date of travel. The traveler will need to provide passport information, a negative PCR test taken no earlier than 72 hours before arrival, a vaccination card for those who are fully vaccinated, and confirmation of paid state-supervised accommodation for those persons who will be staying in a state facility for their isolation. Tonight, Cuba says it will allow travelers arriving in the country to bring in food, medicine, and other essentials without paying import duties. The announcement was made following the biggest anti-government protests on the communist-run island in decades. Thousands took to the streets on Sunday to protest over food and medicine shortages, price increases, and the government's handling of COVID-19. There will be no limit on such goods brought in by travelers from Monday. However, the measure is only temporary and has been derided as too little too late by critics of the government. Prime Minister Manuel Marrero Cruz announced the change on Wednesday at a meeting broadcast on state television. And finally tonight, international news. At least 6 to 7 persons have died in Germany and Belgium after record rainfall caused rivers to burst their banks. Most of the victims were in Germany, but 9 died in Belgium. The German states of Rhineland-Palatinate and North Rhine-Westphalia were worst hit, but the Netherlands is also badly affected. More heavy rain is forecast across the region tomorrow, while local officials have blamed climate change. Experts say that climate change is expected to increase the frequency of extreme weather events, but linking any single event to global warming is complicated. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. I'm Gordon Mosley reporting and encouraging you to stay safe.